Knoevenagel condensation. Knoevenagel condensation. It's the German pronunciation. And Knoevenagel condensation. Knoevenagel condensation. It's an English pronunciation. In this video, we are going to study the same reaction, Knoevenagel condensation, the reaction and its mechanism in detail. So stay tuned. So let's start discussing Knoevenagel condensation reaction. In this reaction, basically aldehydes or ketones, means your carbonyl compounds, react with active methylene group. Now we will see what is active methylene group in presence of a mild base, like you can use a tertiary amine or pyridine. Okay, so when aldehydes and ketones or carbonyl compounds are treated with active methylene group, it is getting added to carbonyl compounds by nucleophilic addition, and it is followed by dehydration to give you this kind of compound, RCH double bond CH COOH. It is nothing but alpha beta unsaturated compound. So this is the general reaction for Knoevenagel condensation. Now we will take an example and we will study how the reaction and its mechanism proceeds. So let me take an example of, say, benzaldehyde. Okay, so this is your benzaldehyde molecule. Okay, and we will react it with active methylene group like malonic acid. Now first you should understand what is an active methylene group. The active methylene group means this methylene group is attached to two of electron withdrawing groups. Now what does these electron withdrawing groups do? See, this carbon is attached to two hydrogens and two electron withdrawing groups. Now these electron withdrawing groups pull the electron density of these bonds towards themselves, okay, in turn making the carbon electron deficient. It makes this carbon take these two electrons towards it and leave the hydrogen as proton, and the species who is easily leaving the proton or giving out the proton is acidic. This makes the presence of two electron withdrawing groups on carbon makes the carbon acidic, and that is why the carbon leaves the proton, in turn getting converted to a nucleophile, because these two electrons of this bond are retained over carbon, and what you get is CH minus COOH COOH. This is nothing but your nucleophile in this reaction. Now what happens, this nucleophile will go and attack on the electron deficient carbon in the substrate. Now you know in aldehydes and ketones, C double bond O bond is very polar. Oxygen is delta negative, carbon is delta positive. So this nucleophile will go and attack on the electron deficient carbon in the substrate molecule. So what will happen now? This carbon using these two electrons will form a bond with this carbon. Now carbon cannot form 5 bonds, so the bond between carbon and oxygen, double bond between carbon and oxygen will be broken, in turn making oxygen negative. Now the proton which you abstracted from the active methylene group will go to that negative oxygen and it will form hydroxyl group there. So what you will get in turn, now I will write pH for this phenyl group. Then I have carbon here, which has given the electrons of double bonds to oxygen, and it has formed a bond with this proton. So you'll have OH group here. Then you have this hydrogen attached to the carbon, and your carbon and this carbon will form a new bond here. Now this carbon has utilized these two electrons to form a bond with carbon. This carbon also has one hydrogen and it is attached to two COOH groups. Okay, fine. Now what happens in the next step? With heat, you dehydrate this molecule. Dehydration means removal of water molecule. So as you can see, these two carbons are holding OH and hydrogen. So this OH will leave as OH minus, taking these two electrons with it, and this hydrogen will leave as a proton without taking these two electrons with it. So these two electrons will now be taken back by the carbon, and a new double bond will be formed between this carbon and this carbon. So after dehydration, what you'll get is PH, CH, double bond C. Okay, and then here you're having COOH, COOH. This is what you are getting after dehydration. Now one more step is remaining. It is decarboxylation. So you are going to remove the carbon dioxide group from the molecule. Now this CO2 group is removed from the molecule, and the hydrogen which is there will go and attach to this carbon. So what you will get in turn is PH, CH, double bond CH, COOH. Now this is your carbonyl carbon. So this becomes your alpha carbon and this becomes your beta carbon. So you'll have a double bond between alpha and beta carbon. That's why it is called as alpha beta unsaturated compound, or it is sometimes referred as alpha beta conjugated enone. What is conjugated enone? Conjugated means alternate double single bonds, right? Enone, in is for double bond, one is for C double bond O group. So in double bond, single bond, double bond. So it is also sometimes referred as alpha beta conjugated enone. Basically, if you look at this structure, this is nothing but your cinnamic acid. If you are starting out with benzaldehyde, you will end up with cinnamic acid. So this is what Knoevenagel condensation is. It is a very simple reaction, but you need to pay attention to certain points which I am going to discuss. See, this reaction is condensation. It is basically nucleophilic addition of this active methylene group to your substrate. Now look at the substrate. Substrates are aldehydes or ketones or carbonyl compounds. If you use a strong base like NaOH instead of a mild base, your aldehydes and ketones will undergo self-condensation, right? Your aldehydes containing alpha hydrogen undergo self-condensation in presence of a strong base, and it is called as aldol condensation. So this reaction is a modification of aldol condensation. Okay, this is first thing. Second thing, you should be selecting your active methylene group wisely. Why? Because if these Z groups are not strong enough to allow the deprotonation of this carbon, see, this carbon is deprotonated, in turn creating a nucleophile. And why this is possible? Because of these two electron withdrawing groups, these two Z groups, right? So these electron withdrawing groups should be strong enough to allow the easy deprotonation of this carbon, making the formation of nucleophile easier. And once your nucleophile is formed, it will go and condense with the aldehyde which you are dealing with. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing which you need to understand is you have to play with only the category of mild bases, because as I told you, if you go for a strong base, you will shift to aldol condensation instead of Knoevenagel condensation. The compound which I have used here is called as malonic acid, but you can also replace this hydrogen from malonic acid and form its ester like diethyl malonate or dimethyl malonate. Any ester you can use. Okay, but I have taken example of malonic acid because it is simpler to understand. So for exam point of view, this reaction is very simple. You can easily attend the question and it will give you full marks if you write this much mechanism for this reaction. I hope you understood this reaction. One of my dear subscribers has asked me for making a video on Knoevenagel condensation. So here I am. Your wish is my command. If you have exams coming on and if you have some doubts and you want me to make specific videos on specific topics, do convey me your question in the comments below and I'll try to make a video as soon as possible on your questions. So on that note, may I ask you to subscribe, and if you have liked the content, please give a like to the video and don't forget to share this video with your friends. And on that note, it's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching B Pharma Wise. Bye bye.